What was this artificial island on the horizon? Could it be what the Trebham had been told to search for? Could their adventure be nearing an end? With the knowledge they had gained, all they now needed to do was to catch a specific kind of fish, which would allow them to acquire the wonderful ability to swim without ever getting tired. The Trebham were happy to find a friend resting on the island. However, they quickly realized he was not well. The elder told them, "What a pleasant surprise to find a group of such brave little adventurers. Oh, I'm glad to see your faces before my end. I'm sorry to tell you that this structure will not ascend on its own. I was hoping someone might bring the lenses that power this palace before the cylinder came, but as I can see, you do not know of what I speak, and this is simply not to be. But fear not. There are other palaces in the waters of this great desert, and resting in the golden dunes of these marvelous plains, you will find the hidden treasures that can awaken and lift to their majestic heights the Trebham palaces that were once the pride of our people. Swim over to the other side and seek the Trawala that guards my brother's temple. He will explain what you must do. I wish you luck. Know that my spirit will dance and sing when you succeed where I have failed." The Trebham was surprised to see this temple was protected by some sort of defense mechanism. Was this some futile attempt to keep out the servants of the cylinder? Or was there another reason, now lost to history? The elder saw sadness in the Trebham's eyes and gave them words of comfort. "Do not mourn for me and my brother. I wish only that my end had been like his. For when we act in the service of others, we become greater than ourselves without losing who we are. I was afraid and stayed behind, and I am lesser for it. But I can feel the tremors in this cave, and I know soon my brother and I will be reunited. So let me help you while I can. You are here to learn about the great lenses that power a Trepham palace. Wander in the desert, looking for the brightest glare you can find. Follow the glare until you find a great structure made of glass. You may have encountered one already, but to activate them, you will need a special mutation. The key to this mutation is held by the great Gar. 3 lenses is all you need, and there are many left. Follow the glares, find the Gar, and you will succeed. It is a task fit for the great heroes of old. But who says that ordinary little Trepham can't be heroes? The Great Gar was neither a predator nor an immediate threat to the Trebhum. However, obtaining whatever secret ingredient it kept in its air sac would be no easy task. For one thing, something in their memories told them that the sac was filled with poisonous gas. And for another, how does one enter the body of a creature that can even devour sandstorms? The Trebhum had found a lens. There was an odd contraption at its center, but they did not know how to activate it. This must be why the Elder had told them that they needed the mutation from the Great Gar. Excitement rushed through the Trebhum as the massive lens came to life and started rising into the air. They had to get off quickly, as staying on top of the majestic construct as it rose would be quite dangerous. The Trebhum marveled at the miracle their ancestors had wrought. What other incredible things had they built that were now forgotten? A question for another day. For now, the Trebhum had 2 more lenses to find. "Be careful," the voice in their memories whispered. The servants of the cylinder were gathering in numbers to hunt and trap the Trebhum. Now was the time to seek safety and wait for the hunters to desist. The voice in their memories warned the Trebhum that there was a sinister presence in this place. There was no telling what kind of danger lay under the dunes of this desert. The Trebhum were terrified by the monstrosity they had unearthed. The voice in their memories warned them. This was a powerful servant of the cylinder, sent to prevent them from completing their quest. No matter how small and frightened they were, they had to find a way of fighting it. Another lens began rising into the air. To think their ancestors had created such things with ease. Perhaps one day they would regain this knowledge and create miracles of their own. "Beware," the voice in their memories cried out. "The mathematician has been summoned." This place was no longer safe. They seemed to be in luck. The ancient device still worked. And the two other lenses that the Trebham had so painfully managed to lift into the skies? Yes, there they were, just waiting for our little heroes to reach them. Only one more lens waiting to be awakened. Only one more struggle across sand or water, and they would have achieved the task they were entrusted with. It was exhausting, but the memory of the two brothers of the desert gave them the strength to keep going. The Trebham, in shock and having barely survived, did not know what to think. One of their most dangerous enemies lay dead. The eternal cylinder was immobile and quiet in the distance. The floating palace where they had expected to dance and sing for all those left behind was out of reach. And then came a call. It was very subtle and weak at first, but grew stronger and stronger. Was it the ones trapped in the cylinder calling to the Trebham? Was it the voice in their memories urging them on? The portal into the cylinder's dreams lay open. They had not yet reclaimed all the abilities of their ancestors. Wandering that strange world once again would take great bravery. But with all they'd been through, they had gained the courage to do what needed to be done. It might be reckless, it might be dangerous, but they had to step inside one more time. Once again they had, you have returned. Can you hear me? Everything is falling apart. But don't underestimate the power of the cylinder.
Existence is suffering. The cause of suffering is attachment to ego. Ego is the separation of consciousness from universal oneness. Suffering will continue as long as consciousness remains separate. Only the unification of all consciousness will end suffering. Birth is suffering, aging is suffering, illness is suffering, death is suffering, separation is suffering. Suffering will end when there is one consciousness, when the consciousness of the one is the consciousness of the universe. And there is no distinction between self and other, object and subject, that which perceives and that which is perceived. The variety of
What had happened? How long had they been in the cylinder's mind? It had felt like a short time to the Trebhum, but when they returned, the world had changed. It seemed as if parts of the cylinder itself had spilled out, its dreams corrupting the land. The cylinder lay still, but there was no sign of the mathematician.